What's up, and welcome to the Conjecturing Podcast. I'm your host, Laura, and joining me, we've got Rob.
What's up, everybody?
And Greg.
What's going on? How you guys doing?
That's it, Greg? Nothing?
Uh-oh. What's he doing?
What's Greg doing?
I don't know. I'm
Wait,
scared.
did he try to disappear? Is that what's going on right now?
I don't know.
What is going
Greg?
on? Did he go down a dumbwaiter?
I'm scared. Ah!
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
I knew it. I freaking knew it.
Oh, what the fuck? What is that, dude?
It's the Donnie Darko mask with,
Oh, is that what it is?
different eyes.
I modified it.
Oh my god, that's legit.
I never realized how close they are to each other, actually, Donnie Darko and the Jack Bunny in this movie. Wow.
They are actually
legit.
very close.
Very close, yeah.
It's so hard to get like the facial features, but then when I started to shade in the eyes, I'm like, this looks just like it.
It does.
Oh my god.
That's horrifying, man. Wow. I mean,
That is horrifying.
Yeah, anybody watching YouTube, we're sorry if we made you shit yourself, but yeah, we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. Laura called it out.
You called it out. You did call it out.
You knew it. She knew it.
You had the sight.
Yep. So what are we doing, Laura? Why is that mask relevant?
We are doing 2026 Hokum, the supernatural, like Irish folklore horror movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very
I think
unique.
that's a first. I don't think we've watched an Irish-based.
Well, we
movie,
haven't
have we?
watched the first two by... Okay, so this movie was written and directed by Damien McCarthy, and he has two other movies that came out before this, Caveat and Oddity.
I have seen those, and those are fantastic.
You've seen both of them?
Yeah, which is why after this one, I'm like, I'm a fan.
Wow.
Wow.
I definitely need to watch them then, because the
Yeah.
more I mean, we'll get into it, but I watched this movie 4 times I think now since it came out, and every time I watch it I love it more. So I'm definitely on board with this guy.
Yeah. Awesome.
He's got a bunch of horror shorts too. I haven't seen those, but
Ooh, really?
he's got like 10 or 12 of them on YouTube.
Oh shit, cool.
Oh, damn. I'm going to have to check that out.
There we go. Sweet.
Yeah, so Hokum stars... I mean, I'm just going to... I might call out some of the actors that play some of the other characters as we go through, but the star is Adam Scott. He plays Ohm Bowman, or whatever. And Adam Scott, I mean, I think all three of us are such huge fans. It's like,
100%.
he can do no wrong.
He can do no wrong, absolutely.
Yeah. Right when I heard that he was going to be in a horror movie, I don't know if he's been in one before. I didn't really look up his whole IMDb. I mostly know him from Parks and Rec. That's what I love him from. But I was like, wow, I was like him. Well, of course, Severance. Yeah,
Obviously.
that's true. But like him in a horror movie, like, oh my god, I'm in. Like, I'm gonna see it no matter what, and I'm probably gonna like it / love it no matter what. So, I was down. I really like him.
He's just very compelling in front of the camera. Something about his features, his demeanor, he just gets right into the flow, and he just commands that presence. Yeah, he's great. I don't think I've seen him in anything that I didn't like. So very promising jumping into this movie.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yep.
Well, let's get into it. I mean, it's a pretty short movie. It's only about an hour, 45, 47 or something like that. But I do feel like a lot happens in that time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's get started. So this movie opens up. We see a scene of like a desert. And it's a man, like a conquistador, and a boy. And they have like a treasure map that they're looking at. And he keeps putting it back in the bottle. And then, we kind of see this for a second, but then we see Adam Scott. Like it goes back and we see Adam Scott is drinking his whiskey and he's typing. He's writing a novel. So we're like, oh, okay, this is like his book we're seeing. So it goes back and the scene essentially plays out where he can't get the map out of the bottle. And you could tell they're just like on death's door. They're so dehydrated and exhausted. And I think Adam Scott writes, Ohm is his character, he writes like they're doomed. And so the scene ends with the man telling the little boy to turn around. And it's clear he is going to take that bottle and kill the boy so that he can, bang it over a school to finally get the map out.
Which is
the only way for him
fascinating.
to
If you think
survive.
about it, in the desert, in that moment, they actually played it pretty well. Because you're surrounded by sand, there's literally nothing to break open the bottle. I mean, you could try, I don't know, your knee. What's the strongest bone in the body? The femur?
I was
Your
kind of
foot?
surprised he didn't try the knee, but you know
I
what?
mean,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
story, right?
yeah.
Like,
Suspend is,
whatever.
yeah, he's writing fiction.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I thought
Right.
it was well done.
Yeah, but luckily we don't see the end of that, right? Like he's about to do it, and then it just goes right back to we see Adam Scott. He's
Yeah, like
drinking.
a log falls behind Adam Scott.
Yeah,
and it
he
makes him like
hears
stop
something.
writing.
Yeah.
And then he kind of turns around to look like, what the fuck was that? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's raining. It's like dark. He's writing in the dark, which is so bad for your
Great
eyes,
house,
but
by
okay.
the way. Great house. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
oh my god! Like I want this house. Like this is honestly my
It's in
dream.
Washington.
To have this
I love
house,
Washington.
be writing like on a table with like a creepy little lamp, you know, like drinking whiskey. Like oh my god, this is me. I wore my glasses tonight because like I want to be Bauman. You know, I want to be him. So yeah,
You know what's funny? Speaking of glasses, so I have to wear glasses every day because I can't wear contacts, and I can't wear them on the pod because look at what happens.
it does like the big. Yeah, it does like the big.
You
layer.
just see myself.
It's like right at it. Yeah.
So if you ever wonder why I get really close to my screen, it's because I'm like,
And you like bulge out your eyes like Hokum. Yeah, just
Yeah.
all right. Anyway, so yeah, so he's writing. He hears something. He's looking around his dark house, and he sees like a figure standing on the stairs.
Yeah, like in the stairwell, like off towards the kitchen. And
it's
I remember
so
the
creepy.
the first time I saw this in the theater, I thought it was like a woman.
I did
But I
too.
think now, like the more time to see it, I think it's a child. I think it's him. I think it's a little boy. That's what I think. now.
I thought it was the opposite. I thought it was a child the first time.
Oh, really?
But then I'm like, oh, maybe that was supposed to be his mom. Because I feel like he sees, well, we haven't gotten there yet, but you know what I mean? It tracks.
Yeah. What do you think, Greg? Was it a boy? Was it a girl?
this is like,
It's like, I didn't
Ponzi
see
shit.
anybody.
I don't know about you guys. This whole movie, and I thought this was going to be a complaint until I realized it was probably just a contrast sitting on my monitor. It was so dark, which I usually
Yeah.
like, but I had to rewind and like squint my eyes so many times. And this was the first part I thought. Here's the thing too, when you see like a shadowy movement in the background, you have no idea whether it's intended to not be seen or if you were supposed to see it. So if I didn't see it, I just skip right past it. I was like, I wasn't meant to. It was one of those moments. He kind of peers into the hallway into the back, and then I see a little bit of movement. Couldn't make it out because it's dark as hell. So I thought, well, it's just I'm not supposed to know. But I guess you guys are saying it's a figure. So
one
I'll have
of
to
the
watch it
two.
again.
One of the
Yeah.
two. Yeah. I mean, it's such a great scene. Like, honestly, like this whole movie in the theater, honestly, it had some of the best and most jump scares I've seen in a while. Besides like Smile 2, which was oh my god, like
Oh.
a billion in that movie and it was like nonstop. But
Yeah.
this movie had so many jump scares into the screen that it was like really
Yeah.
great. And this is one of them. So like he sees the little kid
Yeah.
or his a woman, I don't know, on the stairwell shadow.
Yeah.
And then he has like a little lamp like on top of his desk and he grabs the lamp and like tilts the light up to look at it. And also again, the sound design, like so creaky, like moving. And then of course the shadow's gone and then it goes back to him and the light is like into the
Jump
camera
scare.
so you can't see behind him. And then he tilts the light down and then like there's just a face over his shoulder. Like pretty much it's the face that's in Greg's background here, his mom.
Yeah.
But she
like
looked like it didn't look like his
tore up.
mom. She
Yeah, like demonic.
She was like,
looking.
yeah,
like really
scary.
fucked up.
Right.
Yeah, and he jumps because he kind of senses it or feels it or whatever, and he jumps out of
Yeah.
the chair. So a great jump
Yeah.
scare right off the bat in the theater. I remember being like, "Holy shit!" Yeah.
There are a lot of movies where the jump scares feel unearned or just cheap and you
Yeah.
get tired of it. This one, as we'll go through, like every one is just well timed,
Oh, yeah,
well done,
100%.
and it follows the pace. I love that about this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And great way to start it
Agree.
off. I mean, we're like barely
Yeah.
5 minutes in, and it's just
Yeah.
it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. So immediately after, maybe he's, yeah, like you said, Rob, maybe he sensed that it was her because he starts to go through a box of items like from his past, his childhood. And this actually gives a lot in this scene, especially when you've already seen it and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, shit. Because what he finds in this box is he finds a bunch of old photos. He finds a old tape of a show he watched, which, and this cracked me up watching it the second time. It was called like
Jack the Jackass.
The
right?
Jackass.
The Jackass.
Yeah.
This thing is a donkey. We've been calling
Yeah.
it a fucking rabbit the whole time.
It's a donkey?
I thought it was like
Yeah.
a rabbit too. I thought.
Oh.
We all thought it
But
was
I
a
mean,
rabbit.
Jackass. Yeah, that makes
When you
sense.
think about it,
Jackass
plus
is
It's
they
a
have the tall
donkey.
ears. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a donkey.
Yeah.
I had a donkey.
Yeah,
I
and
had no
very,
idea.
very cartoonish. Like not what you see later on. Like very
No,
like
no.
like it could have been on like Sesame Street maybe. Like cartoonish looking.
Yeah.
You know, almost like
Yeah.
a weird goofy.
Yeah.
But yeah, what you see later is not the happy cartoon.
Oh, right.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's in there, and then there's like another locked box in there, and he kind of breaks into it, and he finds a gun. So it's like a gun that someone had in his family.
Yeah.
And immediately after this, it pans over to his countertop, and we see he's got his urns of both mom and dad. So it's like, oh man, okay, like
Yeah.
he's alone, parents are gone. But one of the photos he has is of his mom. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, the woman in Greg's. Greg, I like how you looked up, like you were looking at her. That was funny.
She will forever
really-
be in my, at least to the end of this episode, just be right here over my shoulder. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
pat her on the head when I need to.
Yeah, but like a really beautiful photo of her, and she's in Ireland. She's at this place in Ireland, and so in the very next scene, he's in Ireland. He decides to go, and so he's there, and he goes to the Bilberry Woods Hotel because I guess that's where his parents stayed. And as he walks in, really funny scene that actually has a lot of meaning.
Oh, did you read? Did you read about the reflection thing
Yes.
online? I did. I
Yes.
just read it today, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And I rewatched it, and I'm like, "Oh, well, that tracks." That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I mean, should
I
we
was
talk
going to
about
skip over it, and
now,
I'm like,
or-
now I got to talk about the goats.
we-
Now I got to talk about it.
Yeah, talk about it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when he arrives, there is a man like fixing the paint on the top of his
Fergal,
car,
right?
and there's
Fergal.
Fergal,
Fergal, yeah. He's like the groundskeeper, and there's a dead goat near him, and Adam Scott's kind of like, wow, you couldn't have, like you had to kill him, you couldn't have like hosed him off, and he was just like, no, they're pests. Da, 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 da. So basically, he was saying like they just jump on your cars, they ruin your paint, like
Yeah, they like to look at the reflection or some shit like that. He says quickly.
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't even think you know that yet. This is
Oh,
just-
really? I thought he says that too. Something. I know later on they get
Maybe.
into a lot more detail, but yeah.
Yeah. So he goes and checks in, and as he's checking in, there's an older gentleman in a wheelchair.
This
His
guy's the
name's
best, man.
Cobb.
Mr. Cobb.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, this guy.
He's
oh
the
my
owner.
God.
Yeah, and he's telling this like crazy, but well, true as in it is Irish folklore, like it exists.
okay.
He's telling a story to these two young boys about a witch and how there's a witch, and she would like, shackle up children or people and like take them into hell or the underworld or whatever. So he's telling like the
Yeah.
story to these kids.
These kids are like
But
6 years old.
Yeah.
These kids, I thought it was kind of like crazy and funny, like, but also cool, like these little kids, because he's telling the story, and it's also there's like a little like, what do you want to call it, like a display or a diorama or whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it, and it has like little figures on it, and the little figures look exactly like the kids, like they totally
Yeah.
mimic their faces. I thought it was kind of funny, but the one thing that's
Like
funny,
very cheruby cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you see a bunch of little like kid figure faces in this movie, and I'm always like, "You motherfucker!" These little faces. But like he's telling this story, and he's talking about the witch. She takes children or whatever or people down to hell, and he says like sometimes people grab things, or like demons will like grab parts of you, and he's like saying like sometimes they'll grab an ear or an eye, and then he goes, or like they'll grab the most important part of you to a little boy, and. It took me like 3 watches to be like, are these talking about like their dicks? Like, is that
I did not know.
I think right? That's
Yeah, I
what
mean, like, what
think.
else?
Yeah, what else would be the most important part of like a little boy, right? And
Well,
like,
I just
smiles,
assumed
too.
he was getting at like your heart, like as a human.
Oh,
That's
really?
the most important. Like,
Oh, I don't think
not,
so.
Not
I don't
only
think
is that
so.
needed
No.
physically,
The-
but emotionally.
No,
I don't know.
To me, the little stupid smirk he has when he says
Yeah,
it, it's
yeah.
like a joke,
No.
not
Adam
a joke.
Scott. I'm only going to call him Adam Scott full name this whole time.
Yeah, that's
Ohm
fine.
is just not happening. So Adam Scott is not having it again. He's just like,
Yeah.
why the fuck are you telling these kids this story? And so he gets checked in by Mal. Mal is like the front desk guy,
Yeah,
and
kinda
he's
runs it.
he kind of runs the hotel.
Like the
He's also
concierge.
Cobb's son-in-law.
Son-in-law.
He's married to his daughter. So you could tell they have kind of a quirky relationship, whatever.
Yeah, Cobb seems to hate him. God pretty much hates him.
Yeah. And as Adam Scott's checking in, he walks by a hallway and we see Cobb again, and he's standing in front of like, I guess an elevator,
Yeah, it's an elevator.
right? Like a gate in front of like an elevator, and he's just like making sure that like, oh, no one's gonna get in here, right?
Yeah.
So immediately you're like, oh shit, okay, what's behind there?
Yeah, and it's one of the it's the image behind Laura here. One of those like old timey like iron gates that like lift up. I know most places I've seen where they close, and like it's an iron rod. Like, and one thing you have to say too, like the sound design is great. Like directing, like the set design. Set design like is really cool. This like hotel is like so like old looking and creepy. It's just like an awesome design. I really loved it. It looked so cool.
I mean, if they're trying to make us not want to go to Ireland, they're failing. Because, like, I really want to go. And I want to stay exactly in this hotel. Like,
You weren't sold by, like, the sweeping green landscapes and, like, rocky cliffs. I thought that was beautiful.
Right?
And the forests.
Cool.
I want it all.
If you have to stay in a haunted house, like, I think the trade-off
There.
is worth it.
I choose there.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get
I
drugged
just
down
won't
to
go
hell.
to the
That'd be
honeymoon suite.
I'll just get drugged out of hell.
Yeah, that'd be
Just
cool.
let me look at the hills.
Yeah,
Oh
so he sees
my
the gate,
God.
he sees them messing with it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And so Adam Scott's trying to check in, and that's where we meet Fiona. She's like the bartender at the hotel. And he's kind of rude to her at first, but then he warms up to her a bit because she ends up showing him to his room because he's lost. But
I like though that like she like doesn't take his shit. Because the one thing Mal does,
he probably
in the
likes
beginning-
that too.
Yeah, the one thing Mal does when he checks in is like he's like, "You're a famous writer. It's really you. My son loves your books. Like, could I bring him in?" And Adam Scott's character is just like, "No." Like he's a dick through most of this movie.
Yeah, like
he's just
dick
Dick writer,
clearly the
you know?
main character, and usually the main character you're supposed to endear to in the beginning. But like obviously he starts off and he's like basically up in everyone's business. I mean, like even the thing with the goat. Okay, yeah, like maybe you had a good reason, but like you don't know what this guy is doing with the goat. Maybe the goat was sick. I mean,
Yeah.
like he was really up in that business, even with the old man telling the story. When he does bump into Fiona, she's like, he's clearly lost because he can't find his room, and she's like, "Are you lost?" And he goes, "What does it look like?" I mean, like,
Yeah, and then she's
I
like, "Oh,
think-
you can find it. You find it yourself, then,
Unnecessary.
asshole, or whatever."
Yeah.
Like she just gives it back to him. Like, I'm not gonna take that from you. And that's when he's kind of like, "Oh, like I'm sorry,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like that too.
Yeah.
But she ends up helping him because he shows her the photo of his mom, and he's like, "Do you know where like this big redwood tree is?" And then the next thing you know, he's there. So she helps him find that. So he's in front of it, and he places the urns in the tree.
But
So now they're resting there.
You have to talk about like the scene though when he's doing the ashes though, right?
yeah.
So,
There's
like,
clearly a difference between his mom and
Oh.
his dad.
such a great
Yeah.
like sequence, and it tells you so much within a short little span of like what's going on with their dynamic. Like his
love
mom's
it.
ashes, he sprinkles it so gently and lovingly around the tree.
He like puts it in the tree too.
Puts it in the tree.
In the
The
tree,
dad
yeah.
one, he gets to it. He just like looks at it, and it like you pause for 5 seconds. He just dumps it on the ground, like
Right.
"Ugh," whatever. It was just like,
Yeah.
and that told you everything about like his
This is what I
upbringing,
love.
his family.
This is like telling a story without saying a
Exactly.
word.
Yeah,
Without
exactly.
saying a word. This is the kind of storytelling I like because you see it through their body language, and it gives a little bit more to like wonder about rather than he goes. He could have said, "I had a shitty relationship with my dad," or "My dad was this," but like they did that. So brilliant.
yeah.
Yeah. And this is where we meet Jerry, who's probably my favorite character after Adam Scott
Jerry.
in this
He's
movie.
awesome.
Jerry's the best. He's like a, kind of homelessly looking man in the woods.
Like lives in the woods.
Yeah, lives in the woods, lives in his van, down by the river. No, I'm just kidding. Lives in a van. And
Probably was done by River.
yeah, I think he might even mention that actually. But he's got the dead goat near him. He's going to go bury it. And so that's kind of why Adam Scott starts talking to him. Well, first he's like, "Oh, who were they?" And he's like, "Oh, they were my folks." And then Jerry's the one that tells him, like...
He mentions the goats here too. First, he hands him the, we calls it the water of life, right? And,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, so
moonshine.
it's basically like moonshine. That's what he thinks it is. But then what he tells him, it's actually like laced with psilocybin mushrooms, which I think is common, mushrooms and truffles to find out there.
Yeah.
And that's when he mentions the thing about the goats.
Yeah.
Yeah, he talks
Yeah,
about
that they
connecting with
also
love.
munch on the mushrooms. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. It is in the scene. He does say all this. So they eat the mushrooms, and that's why they jump on the cars, because they need to see the reflections to know what's real and what's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Goats
they
are basically
they to stare
tripping.
at their eyes. Yeah,
Yeah.
Right. They're tripping. Yeah.
yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Rob, I'm so glad that you read that too, because it definitely made me rewind to certain scenes and be like, oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, should we talk about it right now? Just so
I guess let's
as we
just
go
talk
through, we
about
can
it.
like
Yeah.
so Laura, do you want to talk about it then?
Well, yeah. So, I mean, basically, this wasn't for nothing, because in this movie, things happen. And then at the end, I think we're all going to question, like, what was real and what wasn't. And if you go back and look into scenes where you're looking at something scary through Adam Scott's reflection in his glasses, or you're looking at it through the reflection of the TV, sometimes you see it and sometimes you don't. And in the scenes where you don't see it, that's how you know that it probably wasn't actually happening.
Like it's just
he
in
was
his head.
tripping.
Yeah.
It was in his head. But
Yeah.
then there's times where it is there.
Yeah. Like the directors came out and said like he did this to like for people to understand it. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought
Which
that
is
was
cool
awesome.
because I remember the first time I watched this movie, I was like, what was the whole point with the goats?
about the
Like-
goats?
Like,
Yeah.
what was the whole point of that? Until like I read online, I'm like, oh, he left it as a little clue for people. That's cool. Again, like shout out to the director, like a cool thing, you know?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he
Knows his
leaves these
shit.
breadcrumbs the entire movie. Like, there's so much symbolism everywhere.
Yeah.
By the end, which it just makes you think, which is one of my favorite things to do at the end of a movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, here, especially at this point here, I was laughing because they spend the last 5 minutes talking about these damn goats and like how much they're like a nuisance. These pests around the hotel. They got to shoot them. There's the dead goat, and like the very next shot, like they're back at the hotel outside. There's like another goat standing on the car. I don't know
standing
why.
on the car. I
was
love
like
it.
busting up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, the goat's back at it. Hi
It's just
again.
fucking with everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to what? It's the scene with
He's
them at the bar,
drinking.
right?
Yeah, he's at the
yeah.
bar. He is wasted drinking. Plus, he already had that moonshine shit earlier.
Yeah.
So, I mean, God knows. Yeah. And so he's like talking to Fiona. He's telling her about his book, the Conquistador books that he's trying to finish. And then he's telling her, like, this is how I want to end it. I want it to end with, like,
Killing
him
the
killing
kid.
the kid, essentially. And she was just like, fuck that. That sucks. That's bleak. I'm never going to read that or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he starts talking a little bit more about his parents. Like, yeah, they came to this hotel on their honeymoon. They loved it. That's my mom always wanted to come back. And then she kind of asks, like, oh, well, did she? And then that's where he says, like, oh, no, my mom died young. And she's like, well, how did she die? And he goes, oh, she was murdered. And, you know, she was shot when she was coming home, like, from grocery shopping, like, shot as she was walking through the front door. Or coming home from work or something. And then she was like, well, did they catch the guy who did it? And he says, oh, the guy was too young to do anything about it. But he should have
hanged him.
hung.
Yeah.
Hanged him. Yeah.
Again, it's just like, holy shit. Like looking
But
back.
when you're
it's
watching
like,
at the time,
fuck.
you're like,
Yeah,
that's
you
a
don't know.
fucking crazy story, but you
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just like, that sucks. And then she asks about his dad, and his response is that he turned into a monster and like drank himself into an early grave. So
Yeah.
adds
sense,
up with how he placed the ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he actually starts asking Fiona about the honeymoon suite, since he knows that his parents stayed in there. And she of course knows all like the Irish folklore and all like the lore behind it. And so she tells him like, oh, well, it's haunted by a witch. That's why they keep it closed. And so she shows him the book. And when she opens up the book, it goes to a fun page where it talks about like, oh, the best way to protect yourself from any of these things is to draw a circle with chalk. And like, that's how you can stand the circle and protect yourself, which we've seen that in other movies, right?
Yeah.
So it's fun that was in there. And so he's just like, you know, is it him who says it's a bunch of hokum? And that's like the first and only time
Yeah,
he
he's
says that?
like, I'll ask a psychiatrist before I have to do that.
Yeah.
He's basically a skeptic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And like he's treating all of this like folklore stuff, which is huge to the Irish culture, you know, like witches and you know, Gaelic lore. But
Yeah.
him, it's the name of the movie, Hokum, which means like bullshit, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know.
And then walks in our Albie.
Albie,
Little bell boy. Or bell man. He's kind of old, but, you know.
Yeah.
And he walks
Albie.
in.
Do you know who else Albie plays in this movie?
Yes, he plays
Who does he
Jack.
He plays
He plays Jack.
Really?
Jack the Jackass.
Yes, that's insane.
Wow, that's crazy. I did not know that. Wow.
I just read about that after we hopped
That
on.
is
I was
cool.
like, that's legit.
Good for that actor. That's cool for him, man.
Pretty
Wow.
good, pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Albie, sweet guy, you know, and he's like so into Adam Scott's character, and he's like, I'm a writer too. And I mean, this has got to be the dickest scene we see from Adam Scott. He's so horrible to Albie. He's just like talking down to him, telling him he's not really a writer, and then he burns him. He physically hurts him.
Yeah.
Burns him.
Really messed up. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so he's a piece of shit to him, but so that's it. That's his last drink. He retires to his quarters, clearly. And then when Fiona's like wrapping up, she sees that he left the photo of his mom, and he also left his like recorder. You know, writers always have a recorder. They like talk about their ideas. And so she's like, I'm going to go return this to his room. And she goes up there, and he's not answering. And so she's just like, has a gut feeling something's really wrong. So she tells Albie, like, come here and like, help me get in here. Like, I think something's really wrong. And sure enough, they go in, and he has hung himself
Yeah.
and is unconscious.
Yeah. Really crazy cut scene.
That was
you know?
really shocking. I did not.
Yeah.
That was probably the last thing I expected at this point.
Because you know
Yeah.
he's like in the movie. You're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
he's the
I know.
main guy. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only problem with this scene, and Rob, when I watched, so my first time watch was actually with Rob. It wasn't Rob's first time watch. I remember when this happened, I looked at you and I was like, wait, so is the rest of the movie, did it not really happen? Like, did he die? And you were
Oh
like,
my
yeah,
gosh.
like,
I
I
hope-
wondered if that was a thing too.
I don't even want to entertain that. Like, it was
Well,
all
but
a
it's
dream.
not. It's not.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
It's not. Yeah.
Right.
But it just
'Cause
makes
can
you
you
think
imagine?
that, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So he has a dream. Before he wakes up, he has a dream that he's in like the creepy old timey elevator, and he's hearing like the scary wailing, probably from the witch, and then again another jump scare. You see, I think his mom again.
Yeah,
But, like
it's
a
his
scary
mom.
version of his mom.
Another
Yeah.
good
Like
one.
blood on her
The bloody
face.
one.
There wasn't one jump scare in this movie that didn't get me.
Yeah, I know. They're all
Everyone,
Really?
I was like, oh, yep,
they all land
Yeah.
really well.
well done.
Well, because it was like they have the two different kinds, right? They had the one where you're waiting for it, but you don't know when it's going to happen, so you're on the edge of your seat, and it still gets you because you're waiting and waiting. And then they have the other ones where like, boom, it just happens out of
random.
nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe also because my screen was so dark, I was like peering and always leaning into the middle of it, and it's just
No, I was going like this. I was like,
That's funny.
okay. Anyway, so survives all this though. Luckily,
He wakes up in the hospital, right?
Yeah, he wakes up in the hospital, and he goes back to his hotel. Goes back to the hotel because he needs to collect all his stuff. And he's pretty apologetic when he gets back to the hotel, right? Like he's kind of telling everyone, "I'm so sorry." And they're also closing for the season, so it doesn't go year long. And so he's getting his stuff, and he's talking to Mal first.
To Mal
Mal.
first. Yeah, Mal
He's talking
first,
to
yeah.
Mal first. And I was getting those two kind of confused in the beginning when I first saw this. And he asks about Fiona because he knows that she's the one that found him, and he really wants to talk to her and like apologize and see how she's doing. And he's like, "Oh, Fiona's been missing like since our big Halloween party." And this has Adam Scott just so like distraught. So then he runs into Fergal next.
Yeah.
And they start talking, and Fergal's like, "Oh, well, I think it was Jerry from like the crazy guy in the woods. Like because he's already wanted for killing his wife.
right.
And Fiona and Jerry were friends, so I think the last time she was seen was with him.
With them, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so Adam Scott's like, "Oh, well, she had been talking about like wanting to check out the honeymoon suite because like she would say it was haunted," and Fergal's like, "It's always locked. No, she's not in there." And he's
Yeah,
like, "Well,
super
have you
defensive.
looked?" Yeah, like let's just try. If she wanted to go up there, let's just. And he gets kind of aggressive with him. He's like,
Yeah.
"No, it's always locked." And
He's
so
got that cold ass line too, where he's like, "The best thing you can do, get into your car, fuck off back to the airport while you still look like your passport picture." I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo,
That's
that
good,
was like that would shut me down. I'm out.
Okay.
I'm out."
Okay,
Actually, at this
where are
point,
we
I
at?
gotta say, like at this point, like in like the arc of the story, it's hard to tell like what's even happening because he's basically like researching his parents, and there's a little bit of a mystery because you saw the old man block off the elevator. He's getting these
Yeah.
flashes, these jump scares, but you don't really know what's happening. I think like at this point, what's cool is they added like it's officially a mystery now, like a
Yeah,
murder
that
mystery.
that was my big thing was like I was
Yeah.
surprised in the description it didn't have mystery, like horror mystery, you know? Because
Yeah.
I took it more as like a mystery. I think that's why I like it so much because it is a lot like a
It's
mystery.
totally a mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he goes back into the woods. He's like not afraid of Jerry. He's like, he really wants to see this through. And so he finds Jerry. Well, he sees his van. And inside his van, he finds Fiona's folklore book. And then he sees Jerry. And Jerry's like, I had nothing to do with it. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like, I believe Jerry from the beginning.
Jerry's
I'm like,
chill,
this guy's
totally.
too sweet.
Yeah.
He's like a little
Yeah.
teddy bear, you know?
Right.
He
Yeah.
didn't do it. But then he's like, but I know she's dead. Like, she's dead. And when Ohm's like, well, why do you say that? He's like, well, I saw her. I saw her ghost. What he had done is he had snuck in to grab, like, you know, guests will leave pills and medicines behind. And so they keep it somewhere in the hotel. And he goes in and breaks in and, like, steals it because, you know, he likes his little drugs and stuff. And while he was in there getting that, he saw her ghost, the honeymoon. It's like the old timey hotels where you can press a button and it rings a bell at the front desk.
Yeah.
And so the bell on top of honeymoon suite was ringing, and then it like another jump scare, like panned down to
Yeah.
her,
Yeah.
kind of looking just dead.
Another good one.
Yeah, just like
Pointing at it.
Yeah, she just was like so like blue and pale. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and so he genuinely seems like he wants to help figure out what happened to Fiona, and he also has the honeymoon suite key. I forget, do you guys remember why he has it?
He said
Or how he got it?
he grabbed it from Cobb. He like broke into
He wanted
Cobb's
to
cabin
go in
from
and check.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
because he genuinely cared and he wanted to live
Yeah.
there.
Because Adam Scott
Yeah,
has the
so-
line too when he tells him that, like, "Oh, were you drinking your magic mushrooms?" And he's like, "Yeah, of course. Like, how do you think I was able to see her?" You know? And
Yes.
he's like, "Oh, okay, all right, okay."
And that's important because that does come into play too. Like, it opens your mind. Like when you are
Yeah.
essentially microdosing on shrooms, like your mind is open to be able to see like the dead. And so he reveals his plan, which is he's going to break into the hotel that night and like go search the honeymoon suite and see if Fiona's dead body or Fiona's up there or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Do you want to come with me?" And I don't know that Ohm like fully believes him in this moment, but regardless, he like wants
Yeah.
to find Fiona, so he's just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
we're doing it.
And he does mention that line. He says something along the lines of ghosts and spirits existing, but that people with closed minds can't see them. So that's like obviously we've
Yeah.
established at this point that Ohm is very like skeptical, doesn't believe in any of that stuff. So like again, it's just another layer of okay, now we have to decide what's real and what's not. It's just and then we've got a murder mystery. Well, we don't know if it's a murder mystery yet, but we think it could be. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like more layering to it.
Yeah, and then it's a really good back and forth where they're like waiting for the cars to leave. They're waiting for Fergo to leave and Mal, I believe, to leave. So they're waiting for two cars to leave the hotel so they know it's
Yeah.
empty, and it's just them dark in the woods,
Yeah.
like sitting in the van, and they're kind of having a conversation. Adam Scott's character is pretty much like, "I know you killed your wife," and then he pretty much admits like, "Yes, I did, but she was ill. Like she wanted me to do it," and you know, and he talks about
a
like
mercy kill.
and and he talks about like, oh, like on one of my trips, like I saw her again, and she said we're going to be together one day. And again, like you said, Greg, like Adam Scott's character is just like if you believe that, man, like whatever. And
Yeah.
Jerry kind of gets mad, like why don't you believe it, you know? And he's just kind of like, no, I'm just like, I don't believe that. I'm a skeptic, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
And that's when he talks more about like, yeah, you have to open your mind and you got to be doing this to see it, and it's all real. And yeah, kind of setting up what we're gonna like about to go through.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean they get there, and I guess explain to me if they thought both cars left, Fergal's still there.
Maybe they didn't see his car. I don't know.
They
Well,
didn't see
I
it.
always took it as like Fergal was one of the cars that left, but then he came back on foot
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he came back.
or something like that. He came back. Like he was trying to set Jerry up. He knew Jerry was probably going to come take drugs or steal something. So he was
Yeah.
trying to make him think he left so he can come back and like surprise
He's
him, I
trying to
believe.
catch him.
I don't know why,
Yeah.
but I really like this choice of, like you mentioned, Rob, them sitting and watching all the cars leave. They could have just been like cut right to the hotel when everybody was already gone. But there's something about like watching everyone leave one by one. You kind of feel like you're in on the it's like a heist, right? Like you're sneaking
Yeah.
in and you're watching, waiting for the right moment. They kind of bring you in to like the sneaking nature of it. Like I love that
We
choice.
never get that in movies. That
No,
would
we
be
don't.
like us being able to watch Michael Myers like wait and like hide
Right.
or like get
Right.
from A to B, which we don't ever see, right?
No, it's always
So,
just boom, right?
Yeah.
It's a great choice.
Yeah. Yeah, so they go back. Adam Scott's character has the lantern that Laura has in her background, which it's just such a cool effect. Like the lighting the lantern gives is so cool, especially walking through the woods. It looked really cool, and he uses it more like as we get through the movie. But the choice of using the lantern was like genius.
I want to call out like in this moment when he's like walking through the forest, getting back to the hotel with the lantern. The music and the sound effects were amazing here. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but it had these like drum beats and these like haunting moans. It reminded me of the Goblin music from Suspiria,
Oh,
where it was like
nice.
bum, bum,
Oh.
Yeah.
and then it had that like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it got me back into that mood. It's so good.
Yep.
Yeah, so they go back in the hotel, but Fergal's there. And Fergal essentially takes Jerry out
Yeah,
because
chokes him out.
catches him. Yeah, chokes him out.
Unconscious.
But he doesn't notice that Ohm's there, and Ohm kind of hangs back, like, "All right, sorry, Jerry. Good luck," you know.
Did you guys
Fergal-
laugh when before this when Jerry was trying to like explain where he saw the bell? I was like busting up when he was doing that thing. He was like imitating what
does the
Fiona was
pose,
doing.
yeah.
He's like,
goes like-
she was going like this. And
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does like such a funny little pose. Yeah.
this is where like I think I was like Team Jerry at that point.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy he's just earnest. I love him.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
great. Yeah.
But yeah, then he gets choked out, unfortunately.
Yeah, so it's just Adam Scott now alone in the hotel,
Yep.
and he like opens his jacket and he has the key. So he has the key to the gate. So he's like, all right, like I'm going by myself.
Yeah. So he heads up to the honeymoon suite. And when he gets up there, is that when he finds the flask? Or did he already have it?
He already had it.
remember
He's
if
just
I think he
taking
already had it.
sips.
He was already
Oh,
starting to
okay.
drink.
So
like,
yeah,
up
he's
to-
drinking. So he's starting to drink, right? We're like, oh shit, you know, he's kind of an alcoholic. We've picked that up.
Yeah.
And so the first thing he does after drinking is he passes out on the bed. Like
Right.
he
Well,
either
he
was
searches.
like really,
Well, he searches the room. Of course, he goes in.
Yeah,
and like
right.
searches the room, and it is a creepy room. You can kind of see it a little bit in Greg's background. It's just like, yeah,
The
just
lamps
so-
are already on
It's
when
so
he gets in there.
old-timey. Some of the lamp lights like aren't working. Like there's like a bed in this area, and it has like that old-timey like curtain around it you'd see in like
Yeah.
Victorian areas.
and all the way
stuff.
around too. That's
Yeah, just like
weird.
really weird.
Yeah.
There's like the bathroom has like a big like jacuzzi tub, and it's just full of like black liquid, like old sewage or something like that. You could tell it smells, and yeah, just like such a creepy looking room, and all those like little kid like faces everywhere on like carved out wood or statues, and they're just like really creepy. Yeah, really creepy.
Yeah.
So he searches everything. He looks everywhere. He can't find anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Then he passes out.
Then
And this is probably
he sits to drink, and then he passes out. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is probably what I think was the scariest part of the movie for me.
This was the
So
most
he's-
jarring for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So he is having a flashback of what happened to his mom. And he was, you know, a young kid. And I mean, do you see what happens in this moment?
Yeah, so it's pretty much what you see.
You have to
is, like,
infer it a little
not
bit.
entirely.
So
Yeah.
again, it's a really interesting, cool shot. It's just like a little kid sitting in front of like a little black and white TV. He's like sitting on the
Watching
ground.
Jack the
there's-
Jackass.
Yeah, and there's like nothing around him but darkness. So it's just like a light from above is shining on him, and has the gun in his hand, and he's like looking at it. At one point, he's like looking into the barrel, which is like crazy to be like, you almost shot your own brain out.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he like turns it to the right, and the next thing all you hear is like boom, and it goes off. And then all you see off to like the left is like a bunch of groceries like roll into the view right in front of him. And then you see like these legs like stumble in, and it's like wearing like a yellow like skirt. And then like the woman, you know, now I think we know it's his mom, like comes down into frame, like blood on the side of her face, and just like hugs him. And then that's kind of like his little memory he has.
Yeah.
But then
That's
he
when you're
immediately
finally putting it together.
sees the fucking Jack the Jackass. But like you guys said earlier, however this guy looked in this cartoon. I mean, this cartoon is fake. I looked it up. It doesn't actually exist.
Yeah.
They made it up for the movie. But he's just envisioning this scary, distorted version of it. because it just carries so much trauma for him. Oh, God,
Greg had it. Yeah, so that's pretty much like right when he has the vision, the mom comes down and hugs him, and then I think it immediately hard cuts to this image. Like, when I saw this in theater, it was literally the whole freaking screen is this guy's jackass face.
I would have died.
And of course it has like, you know, the big like violin hit or the big like music where you're just like, oh my God. I remember in the theater, like I almost fell out of my chair. It was like so jarring because it came out of nowhere.
It's kind of freaking me out. It feels like it's right behind
me. Look at the ears.
Yeah, it is. Like
That's
now
crazy.
Now we see it like that is totally a donkey.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh my God.
The buggy eyes are...
The eyes are what
haunting.
It's the worst.
Yeah. Great.
It's
Such a great jump scare. Such a great jump scare. Yeah. And then it cuts
then he,
again,
like,
and it's Mal waking him up. Yeah.
Exactly. Mal's there. He's waking him up, and he's just like, oh my God, look at you with all the different scenes, Greg. This is crazy. You have the whole movie on you, or what?
I don't even know what this background is, though. That's not from this movie.
Wait, actually, what is that?
I don't know what this is, man.
This is part of the... I found it online. It's like a representation or something of the room. Well, I chose this because this was actually... Well, we're not quite there yet, but...
Okay.
One of my... Yeah, we'll get to it in a second.
Wait, who are those people?
Who are these? Greg and his AI backgrounds again. It's like Adam Scott. I don't know.
Scary, actually. That chick is freaking me out.
It's like Scott Adam. I don't know. Yeah.
Scott Adam.
All right. So Mal wakes him up. Mal wakes him up. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. What are you doing? Like, let's go. Come on. And as like, you know, maybe he's about to walk out. I don't know. Sees the dumbwaiter, and he's like,
what is that?
And so he like tries to go to press the button, and Mal's just like, oh no, like slapping his hand away.
Yeah, not suspicious
Adam Scott
at
is
all.
just like, fuck that, no. And so he presses the button, and then what we see when it opens is Fiona dead in like her Halloween costume.
Yeah. Another good like almost jump scare, the way it like cuts to it, you know? Because up to this point you've only seen her in like her her like waitress outfit or like her like hotel outfit. So then it hard cuts to like her, and she's dressed like a bunny. She has like a bunny outfit on that she made herself. So it's like ears and like fur on and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then,
It's got the same look as the bear from The Shining a little bit. Like it's very fuzzy, whole body.
Totally.
Yeah. Which just makes it way more creepy.
Yeah.
It's not like a cute bunny. So anyone listening, this is not like Playboy bunny. This is like full suit, furry, like tattered and old, and it's just ugh.
I thought more like Midsommar, like the bear in Midsommar. Like literally they cut out the animal. But yeah, her face is just like all like decrepit and blue, and her eyes are open and they're like just like so pale. Yeah. And then Mal just freaks out. He's like, fuck, and he just like runs out of the room and locks the door.
And he locks Ohm in. So now you're like, well, okay, like what the fuck, right? But it immediately goes to a flashback of the Halloween party, which they had mentioned at the beginning of the movie that there's like a big Halloween party at the hotel, and so it's Fiona and Mal, and he drugs her. He gives her tea and drugs her, and at the moment you're just like, why? What the fuck? Like, why is he doing this? And so he like, you know, she passes out, and then he takes her up to the honeymoon suite, and he puts her in the dumbwaiter, and like that's it, like sends her down. So at this moment, what are you guys thinking? Because I'm like, oh my God, is there a witch? Is he like sacrificing her?
That's
like,
what I thought.
I thought sacrifice too. In the first time I saw it, I was like, oh dang, is he sacrificing her? That's what I thought too. Yeah.
I mean, just really, really crazy. And then it goes back after this flashback. It goes back to Ohm, and he's looking at her, and he sees his recorder. It's like she had the recorder still. And so he listens to it. And what he finds out is that Mal, who was married to Cobb's daughter, was having an affair with Fiona, and she became pregnant. And so this is why she believes that Mal did this, right? And was trying to kill her because he was just trying to save face.
Yeah, he didn't want her to keep the baby. You know, and she was like, I'm going to keep it. She says, like, I wouldn't tell anybody. Like, nobody would know, but he's not going to chance that.
And he said that he was scared that Cobb, who we clearly saw was kind of psycho, would, like, find out and do something to him or whatever. I don't know. He seemed afraid of his father-in-law.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, for sure. So it actually cuts over to Jerry, who's been in the van that Fergal's driving him, and he wakes up and he's able to escape. He's able to get out of the van. He jumps from the moving van. So we get that scene. So now we know, okay, Jerry's like on his way back. And then it goes back to Ohm, and he's just trying to figure out how to get out of the room. Like, Mal's locked him in. He's trying all different ways to get out, trying to unscrew screws. It's just not working.
Yeah, he's like looking underneath this desk area.
Yeah.
He pulls out like this like little tray that's like for serving. It has like forks and knives on it. So he goes down there and he finds that there's almost like a little doorway down there, but it's locked from the outside. But he sees 2 screws that he can like unscrew, so maybe he can like get out that way. So he's like, he unscrews one of them, fine, and the second one he can't unscrew because it's not like a flat surface, it's more like a rigid circle, so he can't do it. But this is another good jump scare. So it's like you're doing the POV of like him underneath this table, and you can kind of see the background behind him is like the hotel, the room he's in.
Yeah.
And then when he gets frustrated, he's like, fuck, it's not working. And then you notice now like somebody like stands up behind him, like in a yellow dress, which I didn't even realize there was somebody there.
This is like, it falls into that category of jump scares that Laura was talking about, where there's something there and you don't realize it's going to be a jump scare, which is brilliant.
Yeah, again, it's just like so creepy. You're like, what the fuck is that? Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, his mom like following him like that too around the room. Oof, that was fucking scary.
Yeah, because again, he like senses it and he like jumps out from there and he's like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Well,
and now shit's just
this is
scary.
I put this in the back behind me because I really liked. This was the thing too. Is like this was sort of a jump scare, but then it wasn't like. So he's like walking around the room because he keeps hearing sounds and wailing.
Dude.
And then as he's walking, the camera tilts to the side and you see just her sort of not charging. She's just following directly behind him.
Right behind him, yeah.
And
that was your last background. Had her.
Yeah. And the reason why I liked it was because it kind of reminded me of, you guys wouldn't know this reference, but there's a game called PT that everyone likes. It's this old horror game. And one thing that they discovered after like 20 years is that if someone was able to like unlock the camera POV of the character and like break the game and turn it around, and what they found out was that during the entire game, this like horrifying witch is actually like right behind you the entire game.
That's
and you just
crazy.
can't see it because wherever you turn, it goes behind you. And like when I saw this shot, it just reminded me of that. And I thought, like, how creepy is it to think like you're going through a room and wherever you go, you just can't tell because she's directly like 180 from you. So I thought it was a cool shot selection.
Yeah, another great jump scare. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, lights are going out and he's hearing and feeling stuff like you mentioned, and then there's like knocks on the door, and then there's like almost like a PA system situation going on, and he's like hearing shit from it.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. And then the TV's on. And sure enough, he sees
Greg, how many backgrounds do you have?
Oh my God, Greg. Yeah. Well, first he sees a figure in the TV, and then it fucking goes to this.
So
Jack.
so it again, it's just such a great like device to use where the TV turns on, and then the TV like turns off, and then so you're seeing a reflection in the TV, and you could see behind him there's like somebody standing in the doorway. Again, it looks like the person who was standing in the stairwell in the opening.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether it was him or his mom, I'm not sure yet. And so what you do as a viewer, and also what he does, is he gets really fucking close to the damn TV, and then it hard cuts to Greg's background of fucking the jackass in like your face again. It's just like, man, I almost fell out of my chair again in the theater. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah.
And so this scene, what he's watching, and again, this is not real, right? But what he is watching is Jack the jackass is reading a letter. He's like, oh, this letter's from Ohm, Bauman, whatever. And in the letter, it's Ohm basically saying like,
So sad.
it's so sad. He's just saying,
He's like, I shot my mom with my dad's gun.
I shot my mom, yeah.
Now my dad
Because
hates
at this
me.
point, in that previous scene, I didn't notice he was playing with a gun. So in that previous
you just thought
flashback,
somebody else shot him? stuff.
Yeah, because the way he says in the beginning, like, oh, she was murdered. I thought maybe someone
Yeah.
was like driving by the house, like shot her as she was going in the front door, and
wow,
then she kind of
interesting.
fell in and landed on him. So this was a huge reveal for me.
Oh,
and
you
then
finally
and then I had
saw
to watch it again, and I was like, oh,
So
I see it now.
I'm like in between you guys. Like I didn't make the connection either because in the previous scene, the shot went off, but she wasn't dead. She like kneeled down to comfort him and hug him. But like she clearly wasn't shot, even though like the groceries spilled.
No, she clearly was shot. She had like blood
Yeah.
on the side of her face.
Oh well, then it's just that's just the bad contrast on my screen.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, but it's
But
just,
here
yeah,
it
so
was
the letter he
obvious because he says
wrote-
it.
Yeah, he's just like, my dad said don't play with the gun, and I did, and it was an accident, and I just feel so bad, and now my dad hates me. And I mean, Jack the Jackass is like,
Man,
oh
yeah.
my God.
He's a dick.
He's like,
He's
what is
such
it?
a
He's
dick.
like, kids, what do we not play with? Two things. And they're like, fire and guns. And then
Yeah.
the jackass guy is like, your dad should hate you. Like,
Yeah.
this is all your fault. Like, you deserve this. Yeah, it was like, it's really like, a
It's
brutal
clearly
scene.
like his internal monologue,
Yeah.
right, over the
Yeah.
years, because he starts off by saying that like I was just playing with my dad's gun, like I miss my mom, my dad hates me, I'm scared, and he's like, can you help me? And like literally, this is your child version of you reaching out for help when you're being traumatized. And then like the other part is the judgmental part where Jack then goes, oh, it's pretty simple. Like your dad told you not to go near his gun, and you did anyway, and his wife got her brains blown out. And then he's like, you want help? There's none coming.
Yeah.
Scared. I mean, so like that's clearly like the judgmental part of himself, just fighting and blaming himself, really.
yeah.
Yeah, and this is one of the secret scenes from the director about the reflection. So like I caught this on my next watch now. So like what it is like if you're watching it, the reflection in Adam Scott's glasses, it shows the TV only and static.
Yeah.
The jackass is not there.
Oh,
And so like that's what they're saying, like that's how you can tell that
The
like
ghost.
this is not like a real ghost. This is him internally like tripping and going through his like depression and like sadness from what
Grief
happened,
and-
the grief and
yeah.
all that. Yeah. It was kind of cool. Yeah.
Oof, yeah, that scene was rough. But after this, he gets up again and he's looking at like the fire exit, like trying to see like what
Like a map.
rooms are available. Yeah, like a map. And he sees that there is an exit through the basement, which he'd have to go down the dumbwaiter for. And so he has an idea because there's this clock in the room. Can you describe this?
This was the only part where I could not figure out how he solved this. I rewound it. Someone explain this to me.
You can't wait. I don't understand why you
No,
guys
I
are
understand
confused.
what he figures out and uses, but how
did?
do you
Okay.
describe this clock? Like,
Oh, it's basically like this is like
like a cuckoo clock, but instead
Yeah.
of
Except
something
instead
coming,
of a cuckoo-
instead of something coming out and cuckooing, it's on the top of the clock is a little kid with like a
Cuckooing.
hammer that when the
hammer?
thing happens.
it looked like a
It's like a
golf a
stick.
golfer.
Well, whatever. I mean, like something, and then he like when it's time to chime, the little like figure like moves and like hits a bell. You know?
it's just
Yeah.
No,
bizarre.
I
was like, how am I
actually-
going to describe this?
When I was young, I actually, in my parents' house, we had a lot of these like weird knickknacks. This was actually very popular in like the
Scary.
50s and 60s, where they would like put together like a device where there was like a golfer or someone on a ladder, and then you would like drop a coin in. They would do some kind of like cool like mechanical thing, and then they incorporated them into like clocks and engines and stuff. So I don't know. It just kind of symbolized that this is very, very old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so he just notices that it moves to the
Yeah.
degree and like hits a bell. So like he has the idea to take it and put it next to the dumbbell waiter, which they say doesn't work from the bottom. It only works from
Right.
the top. So he has the idea of like setting the timer, or not setting the timer, but setting it to where on the hour when it chimes, instead of hitting the bell, it'll swing and hit the button.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because then he knows, okay, if I go down there and I need to get back up, I know it's going to come back up for
has
me
an
like in
hour.
a certain amount
Oh,
of time.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has to take Fiona out of it
Yeah.
first, which is rough.
Yeah.
And puts her in the chair, and then he goes down. He goes. That's it. He goes down.
Yeah.
And he's listening to like her recording while he's down there or going down.
Well, it seems to me it just starts turning on randomly now.
Yeah.
Like it just randomly turns on, which to me, looking back, it's like his mom's spirit is like turning this on for him, or it could be Fiona turning it on for him. One of the two. I'm not sure.
Okay, so anyway, he's down there. he's like walking around. He hits like a dead end at one point.
It's so creepy though down there. Like again, set design is so freaking good. Like it's just like a long. Everything is like concrete, like old concrete walls, and it's just like a walkway down. And has like the single bulbs on a line that like kind of follow down.
Yeah,
the thing.
It's almost
and
like
not
a
all
mine
of them
shaft
work.
kind of look.
And they're just all very dim, so you can like barely see anything. And he has the lantern with him too. He brought the lantern down there, which again, it's just a light effect.
And I know that he goes down there because when you look at the map, he clearly sees that there's a path to, like you said, to exit. But then when he goes down there to try to follow that path, like there's a wall constructed in the middle of the hallway.
Yeah,
that's why it's a dead end.
Somebody bricked off the exit because I mean, clearly, like Cobb, they said he trapped the witch down there, so they pretty much blocked it off so she couldn't get out. I believe. Yeah.
I just had the best idea. We need to be these 3 characters for Halloween. Rob, you have to be Ohm. You can carry your little lantern you're obsessed with and wear your glasses. Greg, you're Jack the Jackass.
He has the mask already. He already has the mask.
And I'll dress up as dead Fiona in a bunny outfit.
There you go.
This is like perfect.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
This is amazing.
We'll do that then. That's cool. Yeah.
And just stay find a hotel to go to and scare the shit out of all of the
Can you
people.
imagine?
That'd
Oh
be
my
funny.
God, this is a great idea.
nuts.
All right.
Yeah,
Hey,
but,
we got to come up with something good for Halloween, right?
Yeah.
So, there you go.
But 2 things he does see when he's down there, or 3 things technically, is like when he's walking through, like there's all these like items hanging from strings.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what the hell is that? And I know it goes back to like the story of like, you know, the witch like takes things from people or take things and whatever. And another thing he sees when he gets to like one of the walls is like there's like this wall. It's not the bricked off wall, but there's another wall and it has all these like markings on it. And it looks just like witch scribble or like, you know, like Satan scribble. And it almost like it looks like it's making a doorway because it has like a weird doorway chalked out and it has like all this like I guess it would be Celtic writing, I guess, on there, which is creepy enough. And then he finds on the ground chalk.
Yeah.
And so he picks up the chalk, remembering back to Fiona's like thing he told him. So he's like, I'm gonna grab that.
Yeah.
And then he
and then the lights start to go out.
Yeah. Then it starts getting crazy.
And he's like, fuck. And I think he's getting close to the timer when it should be
I think
going.
his watch goes off. So he knows like it's about to like So he starts quickly walking now back to the dumbwaiter, and like behind him the lights are starting to go out. He's starting to hear like a wailing
Cackling.
sound.
This part was pretty scary.
Yeah.
And it's just like all you really see is like just a long, dark, like stone, like hallway, so super long, and the lights are starting to like go dimmer, like farther down, so it's just like pitch black. And you hear like cackling, wailing. You start to hear like chains rattling, and you're like, what the fuck? And he jumps into the waiter, and he's like, all right, 3, 2, 1, and then like nothing happens. And it like cuts to the clock up there, and it's just that stupid little figure's fat face like staring at you, smiling. You're like, this little cherub motherfucker hit the bell, you know? I was so angry at these little faces they kept showing.
They just make you feel so vulnerable because he's thinking it's going to go up, and then when it's not, like you can hear the noise getting closer, but he can't see anything. It's just pitch black.
Yeah, because then it keeps cutting back and forth between him, between the bell not going off, between the hallway, and it's like you start to see something like far in the distance, like coming closer, and then eventually you see like just like these yellow eyes like shining in the dark, and you're like, what the fuck? And then eventually like the chime does hit, and like the little cherub guy like hits the button, and he starts to go up, but then that's like right when this figure is starting to come out of the dark, so he like leans down because he almost like is almost in disbelief that this is actually real still, and he like wants to see it, you know. So you get like a veiled glimpse of like a little dark face in the dark, and then he goes back up.
He goes back up, but then when he gets back up there, it goes right back down, and he's like looking down, you know, the chute of the dumbwaiter. Oh my God, Greg!
Greg has so many back rats.
And like,
I'm gonna do this from now on. Just like
you should, man. You should. I love it for
assist.
YouTube. Man. Yeah.
oh man,
Yeah.
But
So he's like
he looks down,
looking down,
and then you see the witch or whatever start to like
climbing up
climb
the wall.
up the wall.
Yeah, which is crazy, man.
It was scary. It was
So
scary.
freaking scary. So he like freaks out. He shuts the door. He starts like, of course, like retreating into like the room, trying to like hide. And then it cuts back to the door, and you see like the door opening, and like she's like crawling out, like all
She's
creepily.
fully chasing him at this point.
Oh my God, yeah.
She's on his tail.
He's just running like through the rooms. He like falls through the dirty bathtub with all the gross water in it.
Yeah.
He ends up like locking himself inside like the bedroom. and she's like outside, like cackling, like you could see her like shadow coming through like this like glass, like stained glass area. She like puts her arm through, she's trying to unlock the door, and then he reaches in his pocket and remembers the chalk. So he grabs the chalk.
You have to talk about how she jumps up to like try to see him.
Well, I guess at one point, yeah, he's like looking
so
like at the
fucking
door,
funny.
like she's on the other side of the door, and he looks up. It is another jump scare hard cut where he looks up, and then it cuts to like the top of the door has like a little like window area.
stained
Her
glass
face
or
is up there. Yeah, I don't know how she jumped up there. Well, she climbed up a freaking wall, so I guess you can climb up this wall. But yeah.
She, like,
So he
jumps up.
yeah
To see.
yeah. So he gets the
messing with
chalk,
him.
and he starts just like chalking around the bed. Like all the way around the bed. Like right when he finishes it, she busts into the room and he jumps inside. He jumps inside the bed area and has like the cloth all the way around it. So he shuts it, which is a cool effect because then all you're really seeing now is her circling the bed.
Right.
And you still
Yeah.
can't fully see her. It's just like you
Yeah.
can kind of see her through the sheer of the blind. And there's like a little crack so you kind of see her face and she's just cackling and like laughing and this and that. And then that's pretty much it. She can't like get him. So then it just like cuts.
It's just so
right?
like crazy. But he like falls asleep on the bed, which I'm sorry. Are any of you falling asleep as a witch is like circling your bed? What?
I mean, he's got the chalk. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm not
crazy.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's morning, and actually fucking Mal is back now. So he's back. Fucking Jerry's back. They're all at the hotel. And Mal's basically just like, okay, Jerry, like I gotta take you in, like we gotta go, and so
Yeah, he's
this whole
telling-
this was a
He's telling Jerry like, oh, like I came back and like I found Bauman. He was up in the room. He was drunk. Like I took him to the airport. Laura, you look scarier than Greg's background. Like come close to the camera. Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
Like the jackass.
my favorite thing to do. You guys. I know. I can get my eyes that big.
Yeah, no, geez, don't do it. Don't do it. You're scaring everybody. Yeah. What's it called? So he's telling Jerry like, oh, I took Bauman back to the airport. He's gone. He's not here anymore.
Yeah.
We didn't find Fiona. She's not up there. And Jerry's pretty much like defeated. Like, oh man, I really thought she was there. This sucks, you know. And then he's
Yeah.
telling Jerry like, you're gonna have to leave. Like, I'm gonna have to call the cops. Like, take Bauman's car and get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then upstairs, you know, Adam Scott's character is waking up, like seeing like the car outside. He knows somebody's there, and he's like trying to figure out like, what do I do? I need to like let Jerry know I'm here. And so like he remembers the bell.
By the way, he's got balls to step out of that chalk circle. Like, I
Right?
thought the moment you know what this reminded me of? It was like Weapons. I thought the moment that he was going to cross that threshold, the witch was just going to charge after him
scare.
from the darkness.
Yeah.
But yeah, nowhere to be found. So yeah,
Yikes.
he's trying to call to Jerry.
Yeah. So he's like looking for the bell. He knows there's something that triggers the bell. He doesn't know where it is. So he's looking through the room. At the same time, Jerry is starting to like leave and like walk away. So like he finally finds the DUMBWAITER, the button or the pulley thing, and he pulls it, and the bell starts ringing. And then he runs back to the window, and Jerry's like already sitting in the car now. So he's like, he just missed
This whole
him.
sequence was like, normally and when I say hate, I don't mean actually hate. I hate it because it hurts to watch these scenes where you're like
no!
waiting, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And the thing is like they jerk you around multiple
Like three
times.
times, yeah.
Multiple
And like
times.
it was effective, but it also frustrated the hell out of me. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
He tries so hard. He tries different things.
Yeah, he tries everything. He's ringing the bell, you know, and Jerry's of course like outside, and then
Jerry comes back in.
Jerry starts coming back in, and Mal's freaking out because he's like, "Oh my god!" Mal hears the bell going off, and he's like freaking out. He's like, "Oh my god!" And then Jerry walks in to be like, "Oh, I forgot the keys." And at that same moment, Adam Scott goes to pull the bell, and like the cord rips. So like he can't trigger the bell again. He's like, "Fuck!" So then like Mal gives Jerry the keys. He goes back outside, and then Adam Scott's able to like bust through the wall and try to get the cord again. But Jerry's already like in the car, and you see the car like drive away, and Adam Scott is like, "No, like fuck, he's gone." Mm-hmm. And then it cuts back to Mal in the office, and he's like staring at a picture like of his family and shit, you know, looks all somber and shit, whatever. And then he walks out, and then Jerry's standing there again, and Jerry has this cool line I thought was really cool, where he's saying something like, "Fiona always said like if something doesn't feel right, like you should like whatever, like do something about it or whatever."
Yeah.
You know,
Which is a
cool.
callback to when she found Ohm.
Right.
Yeah, she had like a feeling.
Yeah, she had a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so at that moment, then he says that, and then the bell starts ringing above their heads because Adam Scott had grabbed the cable and he's pulling it now.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Jerry and Mal just look at each other, and Mal just like, it's like, oh, like trying to like say something. Jerry's like, give me the fucking key. Like, give me the key. I know he's in there.
Yeah.
You know, and then so he gives him the key, takes it, and Jerry starts to walk away. And Mal is like, whatever, like, you don't know Fiona, she was a bad person. Which I was like, dude, you still can't even apologize for what you did. You're so much.
sucks.
I know,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, and he's like, just leave Bauman there. He was gonna kill himself anyway. Yeah. So then Jerry goes. He opens the gate. He goes upstairs. He finds Adam Scott, and he can't open the door, but he's gonna try to like open the bottom hatch by like the hammer and hitting it. And so he hits it, and then they actually get it open. And this is such a sad part too.
Oh,
so it's like
this is tough.
Adam Scott is like looking at Jerry through the thing, and and he's like, "Are you all right?" And then Jerry's like, "Yeah, like I'll live." And at the same moment, like Mal like shoots him in the head with a crossbow. I was like, "Oh, it's so sad,"
I know,
that got Jerry. Yeah,
Justice for Jerry.
yeah, such a good little guy. Yeah,
And
But before Mal
don't-
does
he's
that-
like he's gone, right, at this point, right?
Jerry.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. No one comes back from that.
But before Mal goes up and does that, he purposely starts a fire. He's like planning on burning the hotel with Ohm
Yeah.
down, and yeah.
He has to like hide the evidence now, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So now the fire is like really raging at this point. And so they both end up going down to the basement because the hotel's on fire and like they need to get out. And this is definitely like the end sequence, right? So they're both in the basement, and Mal goes down there, and then he gets shackled. Shackles are like on his wrist, and he's like, "What the fuck? Like, what's going on?"
Well, first, like Adam Scott's character got taken first.
right?
So like,
Great.
yeah, so like Adam Scott.
I'm like not safe.
Adam Scott is like going down to the basement because he has the key. So like
Yeah.
neither of them can get out because he has the key. And Mal is like, I need to get the key, so I'm gonna go down there with you, whatever. So Adam Scott is like trying to like run down there. I don't know if he's trying to hide or what, but he has the chalk. So he has the idea of like, I think I'm gonna use the chalk so it won't get
yeah.
me, but maybe it'll get
That's right.
Mal. So
Right.
he's drawing the circle, and then right before he finishes
almost
the
gets there.
circle, he turns,
Yeah.
and then like Greg's background is just a jump scare right in your face with the witch, like right there. Then it cuts to like Mal, like you said, coming down himself, and he's like walking through, and he sees dangling from the ropes. He sees the key. She must have took the key from him, from
Yeah.
Adam Scott's character, and he's trying to get the key down. And it's like tied on a rope, and he's trying to get it, and then the witch like appears in front of him, and all you hear is like this like chain noise, and you look down, and his hands are like shackled,
Yeah.
you know. And then it cuts to, I think this is like one of the most
Yes.
emotional scenes, and Laura said she might cry in this moment. You can describe it.
Oh
then,
my
Laura.
god. Yeah. So I think that's my brain is like forgetting the order of events. But yeah, so at this point we see he's been shackled.
Man, Greg, you're killing it today, man. Good job, man.
Damn. If you're listening to this, you gotta watch it on YouTube because Greg's killing me with his backgrounds
All
right
these
now.
backgrounds. Yeah.
This was
So he's just like, I feel like at this moment, Ohm is just like, yeah, this is my fate. I know exactly what's going on. It's whatever. And then in this moment, his mother comes, and it's not the scary, bloody, tormented mother he's been seeing. It's like his mother, and she's just like, oh my god, I'm totally gonna cry. She's like comforting him and hugging him, and like,
Yeah, 'cause he's just
keeps
apologizing.
saying, he's just
He's like, "I'm
apologizing.
sorry."
He's like, I'm so sorry. It was an accident, and like
Accident.
she knows. And then I forget what she says to him.
She was like, "You can't stay here."
Trying not
Stay
to cry on
here.
the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She's like, you can't stay here, and she's like putting her hand on his hand, like right, like kind of by his chest area, you know? Yeah.
But what's interesting is this is like the fifth or sixth time that she's appeared, and like what you see this entire movie is this like progression of whenever he gets a glimpse or even a thought of his mom, it's always in this like scary, horrific, guilt-ridden way.
Yeah,
like
it's
he
his
doesn't want
trauma.
anything to do with it's his trauma,
Yeah.
and like slowly like he allows it to get closer and closer, and like now we're at the stage where he's actually letting it comfort him in the basement here.
Yeah.
And like it's such a cool way because you realize it was never trying to haunt him at all. His mom wasn't trying to like scare him. In fact, she was probably trying to support and comfort him in that way, or maybe that's just him manifesting the memory of his mom in that way.
Yeah.
So just watching that progression throughout the movie was just Yeah, very, very emotional.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's cool. Like she has like her hand on his chest, kind of like you see in Greg's background. And then like, she's like, you can't stay here. And then it cuts and she's gone now. And his hand kind of like moves to the side, almost so like where a pocket was. And he pulls out like it's like a saw, like a little tiny saw he used, one to cut open the box in the beginning with the gun, and also what Fiona used to cut him down from the rope. So
Right.
yeah. And he gets that. Yeah. He gets that. And then it cuts to Mal like with the chains, and then the witch is like cackling and walking away, and the chain is like pulling Mal, and Mal sees him on the ground, is like what's going on? What are we gonna do? And then he like Mal goes past him like being drugged, and it's like showing what Greg's background is here, where it's like the story about the witch taking people into hell, and like the demons like grab you and kill you or pull you apart or whatever. And so Adam Scott gets like the little saw and starts sawing his chain, because he was chained too. And like right at the moment when it's about to pull him also, like he gets out of it. And then it cuts to, of course, like Mal being like taken into like hell.
Right.
Which,
Which Mal deserved it. So,
well deserved. Then Adam Scott like runs over, he cuts the key down from the rope because he has the saw again, and jumps in the bellwaiter, and the little asshole cherub hits the button and he goes back up. Yeah.
Yeah. But the whole place is in flames. I mean, he's still not going to survive, but his mom comes through one more time. Fergal comes back.
Before that, though, I want to say this is a cool scene, but real fast. So, like, once he gets up to the bellwaiter, Fiona is, like, sitting there in the chair, and all this time she's had her eyes open the whole time. And this is a cool moment where he steps out and he looks at her, and her eyes are closed now, almost like she's at peace now. Which I thought was just a great touch by the director. Like, just lovely, Mm-hmm. Yeah, I almost cried in that moment. So yeah, yeah.
Oh, you must have cried at the very end too. Anyway,
probably yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so then we see Fergal. He's back. He's like, "Oh my god, this place is on fire!" And then we hear Ohm's mom yell like, "Fergal!" or something, and that's how he knows like, "Oh, is there somebody here?" And that's how he finds Ohm, and he's able to pull him out and saves him. And then from there, Ohm wakes up in the hospital, or he's in the hospital. He's recovering. Albie comes by. Yeah, Albie the bellboy comes by.
He's dressed like an ice cream waiter now.
Well, because he lost his job at the hotel.
He works at the ice cream shop now. Yeah, it's a funny little moment. Adam Scott is like 2 scoops of vanilla, I think. Like it's kind of a funny moment. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the way that Ohm's talking to him is so much better. Like, they have a better relationship. And Albie says, like, I feel like this is my fault. And he's like, because did you find, like, that flask? Like, and he's like, yeah. And he's like, oh, did you drink from it? He's like, yeah. And he's like, well, I used some of Jerry's, like, special mushroom powder and I spiked it. And so this part was tricky because I think maybe it's supposed to make you think like, oh shit, then was none of this real? Was this all a trick?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
But then luckily, I'm very appreciative for this. He looks down, because I think he has that thought, and he still has the bruises.
The bruises from the chain.
From the shackles.
So he's like, and then that's also why I think the whole goat thing and like looking in the reflection, I love how this all ties together.
Yeah, it enables you to know like what was just like kind of in his mind and what was in his
mind.
Real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like there were multiple things happening and multiple things can be true, and I really like that in horror movies.
Yeah,
and in life,
I remember the first time I saw this, and they did the whole like you drank the mushroom stuff, like what was real. And I remember the first time I watched it, I was confused. I'm like, why did they even put that in the movie? Like, I don't understand like why they did that. And now like researching more about the reflection stuff and what was real and not real, I'm like, oh okay, like it's cool. Yeah, it's a cool little touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have like one final little like it kind of showing like Adam Scott's character started like an asshole in the beginning, and now I feel like he's forgave himself from what happened with his mother. Like he's finally starting to probably grieve through the process, and so like he's a better person now. So like in the beginning when Albie was like, I have my manuscript, do you want to like read it? And he burns his hand, he's like, no way. And now Albie's like, if you want something to read, like I can give it to you. And he still has a good line where he's like, haven't I been through enough? But he like smirks kind of as a joke, and then Albie's like, he kind of like pauses, and then Albie's like, I'll do a polish and I'll send it to you tomorrow. And Adam Scott's character is like, yeah, like I'll read it. And you can see Albie's face is just like so happy.
Yeah.
like oh my god, he actually will do it. I just thought it was like a cool like way to show like he's
His
changed.
growth.
Yeah,
Right.
he's
And
not
what's
just
cool is
the
they
asshole.
again another great choice. It wasn't if they would have made him just super nice and considerate toward Albie, it would have been sort of cheesy. But they made him. They're showing the transition period.
Yeah.
Like even when Albie came in, he said something along the lines of like, "Well, I'm visiting because I didn't think anyone would visit you way out here in Ireland." And then Ohm goes, "Well, nobody would visit me at home either."
Yeah.
And then like so this is like his like instinct, his knee jerk reaction to be sarcastic and be a dick.
Yeah.
But then like he pulls it back and he's like, "Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Sit down, sit down."
Yeah.
So like you're watching the growth rather than just being told that it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof, love that. And he gives him, he finds the picture of his mom, which he's able to give him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like crazy. The fact that it survived like a fire of the building, like it's just like spiritual.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
yep. And then he finishes his book now, right?
And then he finishes his fucking book, and I don't know why, you guys. I was already like crying, teary, but so we go back to the whole his book, the Conquistador story, and in this time, he thinks about it. The guy thinks about breaking the bottle on the kid's head,
yeah.
but instead kneels in front of the kid and is like, "This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna take the bottle and you're gonna hit it on my head." Oh,
Yeah,
which
and
is
and he's like, you find the treasure, like you take it. He's like, you keep hitting until you like feel
Yeah.
bone or it breaks. Yeah.
and then the kid ends up being like, "No, I'm not gonna do that," and like throwing the bottle.
Throws the bottle.
And then they embrace, and then it like pans out and you
both
see
just
the
cry,
bottle, and it's actually like wind had come by and taken some of the sand, and then you see that there's like a goat skull.
Yeah.
So
Again,
they'll live. They'll be able to do that.
And just such a great callback through this whole movie of like the goats and this and that. And it's just like tying up every loose end to a thread at the end is like just so great. So
But this really got me because we see what happens like with his mom, and he's like, okay, she forgives me, I forgive myself. But now we're getting like he's starting to really work through his issues with his dad, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like not only did he change the character to be like a better father figure than his dad was, but then the kid is essentially him, right? And saying like, nope, I forgive you.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%. Yeah, that's why
I
I
don't
said
know how I
like
got through that.
that's why I said like the multiple times I watch this movie, I just notice things that are deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like I liked this movie the first time I saw it, and then like the more I watched it, I've come to like love it. And like every time I've watched it, it's went like up a rating because it's just it is so deep, and I just didn't see that ahead of time. All I saw was the jump scares and the creepiness, and just like it's so deep, it's so well written, and so many loose threads. So what do we? I mean, clearly we're gonna rate it. How many goats, right? How many goats are we?
How many goats?
This is
How
the
many
goat.
goats? How many jackasses? What do you think, Laura? What are we gonna do the rating?
I'm giving this 4.5 goats, like 4 goats, and then
Dang.
maybe the skull. Yeah, I
Wow.
mean, I really liked it. I think the first time I saw it, I was like, okay, I just loved the Irish like folklore. Oh god, I love it so much, and hadn't seen anything like that before. I mean, Adam Scott is the best. Love Adam Scott. The jump scares were great, but then like you said, like the just the trauma of this movie and like the grief and how sad it was and how it made me cry. I just was like, I mean, I didn't cry as hard as Train to Busan. That was on a whole other level, but
Yeah.
I was close. I don't know.
Yeah. What about you, Greg? What are you rating this? How many goats?
I'll also give it 4.5. It does everything right. I mean, like I almost want to give it more than that just because it doesn't do much wrong.
Yeah.
It's got a
Yeah.
great story. It's very much like a traditional haunted house type like folklore vibe, also with the murder mystery. And then at the point where we find out that Mal killed Fiona, I almost thought it was going to be like a conspiracy theory, like how many people are in on this murder. So it kept adding these like
Yeah,
layers
I
and
thought
these
Fergal was
layers
in on
and
it for
layers.
sure.
Urkel?
Fergal.
Oh, Fergal. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a cool thing. Like Fergal, again, he redeemed himself by the end by showing that
Yeah.
he was kind of a good guy. So like the whole thing was just, and then I think above all, I just loved like the symbolism of everything. And I don't know, you know me, like I try to look way too far into things. Like even Ohm's name. So in electrical engineering, ohm means it's a measure of like the resistance of electrical current through like a material. So clearly, like that, this is what Bauman's been doing the whole movie. He's resisting everything. He's resisting like other people. He's resisting forgiveness for himself. He's resisting moving forward. And then mal, I don't know if this is mal, just in Spanish it means bad. So I think that was probably just a straight up thing. But yeah, the whole thing, and then like mixing like the folklore with like the symbolism, it's just very poetic. And ending on this, chef's kiss.
I know.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, for me, like, I love this movie. To me, it's perfect. A 5. I'm giving it like a perfect movie. Like, I would definitely say the first time I watched it, I really dug it. Probably like a 4. But just the more I watched it and realized how deep it was and like how much emotions it actually has in it, like, I can't find a fault at all. It's a perfect 5 for me. It's great. I love it. I recommend it to everybody.
Also, like the
Please watch it.
scariest
Recommend it,
image. The fucking rabbit jackass. Like, what? That was so scary.
Oh, I mean, 100%. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think the only reason I'm not giving it a 5 is because Jerry died. And I know it can't be perfect, but like, come on, man. I love
He's
Jerry.
with his wife now. Remember? He gets to see her again. So
that's
he's with
right.
his wife.
Oh, no, you're going to make me cry more.
Sorry, Laura. All right. Well, you got to wrap it up, Laura. Wrap up this episode. Yeah.
All right. That's it for Hokum. Subscribe, rate, review our podcast everywhere you listen, and follow and contact us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Conjecturing Pod, where our video episodes drop first. Let us know what movies to do next. We'll do more polls. Thank you for voting for this one. It's so good. And
Great
follow
choice.
Rob, where you at?
Yeah. Follow me, the Jackass on Twitter, Instagram, fucking Blue Sky. At the RL Rights. Follow me posting stupid horror memes, Halloween stuff. It's like Halloween season now for me. Follow me over there. See what I'm doing. Yeah. Shoot, it's already past July.
I was in CVS today. A whole aisle of Halloween stuff. They are stepping it up.
Spirit Halloweens are already opening, man. So they're good. Yeah, let's go. Yep.
I love it. All right. Remember, until next time, horror is subjective, so conjecture away. See ya.
Conjecture away. Bye, guys.
See ya, everybody. Bye.